More than 800 people with one mission, promoting a healthy environment. We are the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection.
Every year during the first 2 weeks of April, the DEP's Make It Shine program holds its annual statewide spring cleanup. The program tries to organize at least one cleanup in each of the state's counties. The DEP's Tom Aloise met with one group of volunteers who say for them, it's a day at the beach.
Students from Winfield High School's Environmental Action Club took their classroom outside for a lesson in community pride.
A lot of people don't care about the environment, and if we don't care about it, eventually it's not going to be here anymore. And we live in a beautiful state, and why not try to preserve it as long as we can?
Winfield Beach along the Canal River is something of a local landmark, and cleaning it up has become a tradition for these students.
Every year we do the river cleanup. We actually do it twice a year now. It's looked a lot better since we first began. The whole bank used to look completely trashed with bottles and beer cans and awful, and it's getting to look better because we've been here every year.
And seeing that kind of result is what keeps many of these students coming back.
I think that every little bit helps, you know. Sometimes you can get discouraged and like you come across a bag, you can't get up because it's so buried in the sand. But then you realize when you come back that you just don't see as much trash as you did before, and it looks a little bit better just because of the amount of effort you put in for half a day.
Today it's mostly small stuff, bottles and cans, discarded fishing line, plastic bags. But some things like this broken TV and this buried blanket take a little more effort to remove. Volunteers like these make up the backbone of the Make It Shine program, and program managers say it continues to grow. Roughly 2,000 more volunteers are taking part in this year's cleanup.
It's very important to get volunteer involvement. That's where our kids, I think, will learn not to do this in the future, and it's, you know, they take pride in their community, and it's a good teaching tool. Plus, we get lots of trash cleaned up.
And as for the people who continue to leave their trash behind, these volunteers have just one word.
Don't. It's hurting the environment.
I think it's just sad. Like, I couldn't physically ever just leave trash here. So I don't understand it, but I hope that maybe it'll be a habit that they stop.
It's a lesson these volunteers hope sinks in. In Putnam County, I'm Tom Aloise for Environment Matters.
The DEP helps volunteer groups by providing things like gloves and trash bags and arranges for hauling and landfill fees. Make It Shine also sponsors annual cleanups of the Ohio and Canal rivers. The DEP Adopt a Highway Spring Cleanup is scheduled for Saturday, April 27th. Co-sponsored by the DEP and the State Division of Highways, the Adopt a Highway program was established in the late 1980s to encourage public involvement in the elimination of highway litter. Last year, more than 5,500 volunteers helped clear more than 1,500 miles of West Virginia roads during the annual spring cleanup. Every year, volunteers with Adopt a Highway program remove more than 4 million pounds of trash from state highways. They recycle about 12 tons of glass, 6,700 pounds of plastic, and more than 19,000 pounds of aluminum. If your group or civic organization would like to adopt a highway, you can call us toll-free, 1-800-322-5530 to find out how you can help out. You can also find the information on our website, dep.wv.gov. About half a dozen volunteers rolled up their sleeves for a little spring cleaning in the DEP's rain garden. Rain gardens help absorb excess stormwater runoff and are particularly helpful alongside large paved surfaces like the parking lot here at DEP headquarters in Canal City. Rain gardens aren't hard to create or maintain. They're just one of many things you can do around your home or business that can make a difference to the environment. The DEP's Sarah Alford joins us now. And Sarah, there are a whole range of simple things folks can do to help the planet.
That's right, Kathy. Spring is finally here, and after a long winter cooped up indoors, getting out in the sunshine and fresh air is what's on everybody's mind. So let's start there.
One of the things you can do to help is plant a tree. A properly placed tree, when mature, can shade your house and reduce your air conditioning demand by as much as 30%. Trees are also good for the environment, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen back into the atmosphere. According to one study, if every American family planted just one tree, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere would be reduced by about 1 billion pounds a year. Gasoline-powered lawnmowers add about 140 pounds of pollutants to the atmosphere every mowing season, on average. But there are ways to reduce that amount. Make sure your mower is in good mechanical shape, that the blade is sharp, and that you're careful not to spill fuel, which can introduce hydrocarbons to the air and contaminate groundwater. For smaller yards, electric mowers are a good option. For one thing, they're cheaper to operate. About $2.50 of electricity will keep your battery charged all season, and they're quieter too. It's also a good idea to let your grass grow a little taller. It will grow a healthier, deeper root system and require less watering during hot, dry spells. Keeping your grass a little taller also helps reduce weeds in your yard. Speaking of yards, fertilizers and pesticides are among the most common pollutants found in stormwater runoff. If you decide to use them in your landscape, use them sparingly, follow the directions for application carefully, and never apply them if a heavy rain is expected. You can find out more information from your local county extension agent. Finally, you can recycle your kitchen and yard waste by composting. Compost is great for your garden. It conditions and adds beneficial organisms to the soil, and it is a natural alternative to chemical fertilizers. It also reduces landfill waste. About 1/3 of all landfill waste is made up of material that could have been composted.
Experts say that if you need to water your lawn or garden, water smart. Soaker hoses and drip irrigation systems use about half the amount of water that sprinklers do. When you do water, water deeply and less frequently. Your plants will be healthier, you'll save water, and save money too. In Charleston, I'm Sarah Alford for Environment Matters.
Thanks, Sarah. That's some good advice. Coming up is a complex problem that requires a complex solution. Ahead, what one local watershed group is doing to help address the problems of acid mine drainage. We're back in a moment.